Welcome everybody to the first baseball live stream of the year. My name is Theo Horton alongside Sean Ross. We will be your commentators tonight, and tonight's matchup features two interdivision rivals in the top division in the Shore Conference A North. We have the 3-1 Howell Rebels at home taking on the 2-3 CBA Colts. Sean, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, Howell has started this season magnificently. As you said, 3-1. Their first game, I want to point out, 18-2 against SJV. A big part of their successful start has been their catcher duo, Jake Liotti and AJ Magistrelli. They're both hitting over 500 this season, and Jake Liotti, a sophomore this year, first big year on varsity, really stepped up. I'd like to see how he plays this game.
And tonight we're in for a pitcher stool. It's the top pitcher on each team staff. Howell backing Jackson Vetrano, and then the lefty for CBA, Danny Theo. He's one of the best pitchers in the state of New Jersey. He's had incredible success against Howell in his career. 3 starts, 18 innings pitched. He's allowed just 1 earned run. So it's a tough challenge for the Rebels. Sean, do you have an X factor for Howell tonight if they want to win?
Yeah, Howell needs to get off to a hot. Last game, CBA faced Manalapan, and Manalapan got off to a hot start, scoring 3 runs in the first inning. CBA did end up winning this game, but it just shows CBA is not giving up runs in the middle innings once they get it going. So they really need to start off strong and keep their foot on the gas.
Well, there you have it, everybody. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the first baseball game that we are commentating all year. The 3-1 Howell Rebels at home taking on the 2-3 CBA. So here we go for the first baseball broadcast of the year. If you're tuning in, my name is Theo Horton on commentary alongside Sean Ross on color commentary. We're very excited. We got a great matchup tonight between the 3-1 Howell Rebels and the 2-3 CBA Colts. It's a head-to-head between both teams' aces, Jackson Vetrano versus Danny Tutulio. It's going to be a great matchup. Sean, do you have any thoughts for the viewers to open up?
Yeah, CBA. Their last game against Manalapan, they won 6-5, but they got off to a really bad start. Let up 3 runs the first inning, none of which were earned by the starting pitcher, Dylan Iwana. But that just shows that Howell needs to get off to a good start here in order to have a fighting chance in this game, because CBA is a really good squad.
Well, this is the guy that you want on the mound if you're Howell. It's an interdivision battle between the Rebels and CBA. Biggest game of the year so far for both teams. And Jackson Vetrano, the horse of the Rebel staff, is on the mound. Coming into tonight's game with a 2-0 record on the season. He's appeared in 2 games. Both of those were starts on the season. 9 1/3 innings pitched to a 3 ERA and a 1.29 whip. 16 strikeouts so far on the season, averaging 12 strikeouts per 7 innings and an opponent batting average of 147. He's been lights out. We're going to see a lot of his heavy fastball, topping at about 88 miles an hour. And here we go. Vetrano versus Alex Fiore to open up the first pitch, taken inside, ball 1. 1-0, second offering from Vetrano. Taken in the zone, called strike. Count evens up at once. Gonna want to see Jackson throw some strikes early. Has struggled a little bit with command in his high school tenure. Led to an ERA above 4 in his junior campaign, but he's really been sharp this year. Third pitch, another take, another strike, and Jackson quickly ahead 1-2 in the count.
Vetrano in a good situation here early.
3 pitches, 3 takes, down in the count 1-2. Vetrano ahead, looking to put away the batter. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Jackson Vetrano, and there's 1 gone in the first.
Vetrano very efficient in that at bat. What the Rebels really need in here.
4 pitches, 3 strikes. Great signs from Jackson early in tonight's game. Puts away the leadoff hitter, Alex Fiore. 1 out, 1 strikeout. Great efficiency, like you said, Sean. Now up to bat for CBA, it's Colin Haviter. Stopping tonight's game, first pitch in the dirt, ball one.
Haviter coming in tonight with a 200 average, 1 RBI, and a run, walk, and stolen base.
Haviter played a lot up the middle for the Colts last season. Slick defender, great at the plate, batting second tonight. From the left side, Jackson Toronto with the pitch, taken high, ball two. Gonna want to see Jackson settle in, find the zone once again. Down the count 2-0. CBA being very patient from the stretch. Or sorry, not from the stretch, from the line. Ball taken upstairs and it's 3-0. Sean, do you give him the green light early in 3-0?
Haviter, for sure, man. Haviter comes in with a 550 OPS, but this early in the game, and he walks.
Well, there's ball four. Vetrano walks him on pitches, puts a runner on with one away. Now to the plate for the Colts, the catcher Ryan Wetmore. Wetmore, one of the more impressive hitters on the CBA team, has a great balance of contact and power. Played in the outfield last season due to one of the best players in the state, Danny Zambinos, being behind home plate for CBA last season. First pitch to Wetmore, taken outside for ball one.
Wetmore comes in tonight with a 357 average, 3 RBIs. Going to be a big factor for CBA in this game.
5 straight balls from Vetrano now. Looking to settle in down the count 1-0. The pitch swung on and lined into right field. That gets down for a base hit. First hit of the night for the Colts. Turning around second, heading towards third is Haviter. He's in safe, and the Colts have runners on the corners with 1 out.
Good hustle there from Haviter to stretch to third on a single.
Yeah, Howell was all over the turnaround second there. They got the ball in quick. Haviter, though, really fast and able to get to third safely. Time called by Jake Leotti, I believe. Howell's backstop.
Dylan Iwana up next. The two-way player pitches and bats. He's batting fourth here. He comes into the game with a 231 average, 693 OPS, 3 hits on the year.
Jackson faked the pick off there. To your point, Sean, Iwana is a star on both sides of the ball. Great pitcher, great hitter. Swing and a miss to open up. Down in the count 0-1. Good to see Jackson open up with a strike. First batter that he's begun with a strike so far tonight. Ahead 0-1. Ducks on a pond, 1 out. Faking, and they're going to have him picked off. But what are they going to do with the runner on third? Jackson's throw to Tedesco is wild, and now it gets past Acker. A run will come in to score for the Colts. Up to third goes Wetmore. A disasterful throw after it looked like Howell was going to have the pickoff at second.
Yeah, the Vetrano tried throwing that ball to the second baseman Tedesco, but it just got past him and went into center field. Acker then had trouble picking it up, and the CBA got a run in.
And CBA is such a fantastic team, one of the best in the state, and those are those mistakes that just can't happen against a team that's as good as CBA. Howell had the opportunity with the pickoff, but a wild throw ends up in center field, and now CBA first, and they take a 1-0 lead. Called strike on Iwana. Second 2-strike count of the night for Jackson. One and two, Vetrano hunting for a second strikeout of the night. Swung on line, right field, gonna go foul. Into the bleachers.
Iwana, one, as I was saying, pitcher, one half of the two-headed monster CBA has him and Danny DeTulia, who we'll see later.
1-2 from the stretch. Pitch is high off the glove of Leotti. It goes to the backstop. In comes Wetmore, and CBA leads things 2-0 after the wild pitch.
All right, babe, come on, babe. We go, Rebels. One more. Got it.
Yeah, Vetrano with an error and a wild pitch here allowed 2 runs, although unearned. But Howell really has to lock it up here if they want to continue.
Popped up in the air. Howell has a couple eyes on it. Out goes Tedesco. In comes Halprin, and it hits off his glove. Iwana will be safe at first. Another error by the Rebels in the first. Things are looking ugly right now because, like, if you're gonna lose, you want to feel like you were beat. But right now, it's just the Rebels mistake after mistake. Now to the plate is Michael Knox, the hottest hitter on CBA. 5 to open the year. First pitch high. It's 1-0.
In most games, Howell tends to benefit off of errors the other team makes, but here it seems different. First inning, already 2 errors committed.
Yeah, Howell is such a strong defensive unit. Infield defense has been phenomenal. Outfield defense, it's been as reliable as you can ask. And just seeing some ugly things here in the first. Low and outside and out, 3-0. Vetrano being careful with the dangerous hitter Michael Knox at the dish. Three and 0, runner on first, 1 out. CBA leading things 2-0. The pitch from Vetrano is in the zone. Called strike, and now it's 3-1.
Knox relying on Vetrano throwing a ball there, but Vetrano was locked in for that one.
3-1 from Vetrano. Vetrano with 2 strikes on the batter for the 3rd time tonight. Count runs full. Iwana leading off the first. 1 out here in the top of the first. CBA leading things 2-0. The full count pitch from Vetrano. Swung on, grounded to short under the glove of Kavanaugh into left field. It'll be a base hit. Holding at second despite the bobble by Quinn is Iwana. And now 2 runners on once again for CBA. Now to the plate for CBA. It's the first baseman, Finbar Duffy, the little brother of pitcher Jack Duffy, who graduated and went to Catholic University alongside his longtime catcher Danny Zambinos. 2 graduates of CBA last season. But it's Finbar Duffy to the plate, already a home run on the season. It was a grand slam to give CBA the lead against Manalapan in their last game. First pitch from Vetrano is down low, and it's 1-0. Jackson looking to settle in, the 1-0. Taken inside, it's 2-0.
Duffy with that home run, also 1 single, but other than that, he's 2 for 11, the 182 average. It'd be a good out to get here.
Batting 6, packing a punch. Down the count, 2-0. The pitch from Vetrano. Taken in. 2-1 from Vetrano. Settling in with the fastball a little bit. That's really what his the main pitch out his arsenal is, as he gets a swing and miss up top from another fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vetrano looking to put away Duffy. Get the second out of the inning after a rough start. 2-2. The pitch from Hill. Swung on, fly, going out to left center field. Calling it Zacher, settles under, makes the catch. Runner will not tag. It's the second out of the inning. Good job by Acker getting behind the ball, not allowing the tag. Now Vetrano has 2 outs, can get an out at first, second, or third with the forces.
Acker, usually very good out there in center field. That one mishap there, bobbling the ball, but hopefully he can maintain control, as we saw there.
Yeah, Acker's really been a savior in the outfield for the Rebels. It's been a long time since they've seen such a great defender in center field. First pitch from Vetrano, breaking ball in there for strike 1. Acker robbed a grand slam in the second playoff game last season for Howell on the road against Cherokee. Though we don't like to talk about that game because it was kind of a tough loss for Howell. But Acker had a nice highlight. Second pitch from Vetrano upstairs is 1-1.
Focus on the good things in life, right?
Absolutely, Sean. Ball and a strike to Dylan Reynolds. Plays a little bit of catcher, a little bit of infield, a little bit of outfield. Pretty much does it all for CBA. Fouls that one off. Vetrano ahead 1-2.
Yeah. Reynolds, 375 average on the season, 2 RBIs, 3 walks on the year also. Theo, at some point you got to realize this CBA squad is very good, and Vetrano maybe just going through some nerves here. Don't you think?
Yeah, he's wanted to protect the edges as some paint right there is called a ball. Be 2-2. Yeah, we've seen Vetrano kind of nibbling around the edges, being a little bit out the zone, a little bit more than usual, especially from what we've seen this season. He wants to be careful because these hitters are so good, but you can't throw balls to these guys because they're so patient as well. Another pitch on the outer half called a ball. Borderline 50-50 call, doesn't go Howell's way, and the count runs full. 3-2 for the third time this inning. 2 outs. CBA leading things 2-0. The full count payoff pitch from Vetrano. Fouled off. We'll have another shot at it.
Reynolds really fighting here, getting the count up to 3-2.
Yeah, Reynolds really impressed CBA last season. And he had just 8 at bats, but went 3 for 8 in that span last season. He crushed a pair of doubles as well. Or sorry, he had 1 double, but that really threw his slugging through the roof. Pitch there, called strike 3. That will do it for the first. CBA scratches 2 runs across, but Vetrano picks up 2 Ks along the way, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Bottom of the first coming up. Here we go, bottom of the first. Rebels currently trailing, I think, 2-0 against CBA. And on the hill, it's one of the best pitchers in the state. Howell's going to have their work cut out for them against Danny DeTulio, who has had massive success in his career against the Rebels. DeTulio coming into tonight's game with a 1.17 ERA. Appeared in 1 game. It was a start, went 6 innings, allowed 1 run in that one. And he opens up with a strike against Waylon Kavanaugh, Howell's leadoff hitter. Kavanaugh, number 3, playing at shortstop this season. Has played in the outfield the last 2 seasons, swings and misses. It's 0-2. Kavanaugh has been really solid at the top of the lineup for the Rebels, leading off the 5th game of the year. He's led off all games, batting over 300 on the season. OPS over 900, grounds that one to short. In comes shortstop and throws him out at first, and there's 1 gone. Good play by Halprin there. Rushing the ball, able to flip in time. And there's 1 gone to begin the inning. 3 pitches and 1 out. Up steps Howell's right fielder, Connor Halverson. Halverson has had success at home. Both his hits came at home last season. Hit a home run here in home territory against Randy earlier this season. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Halverson hitting very well this season.
Swing and a miss there from Halverson.
429 average, the 1,000 OPS.
That's the one knocking against Halverson. He has to cut down on the swing and misses. Swing and a miss once again. Struck out 3 times last game. on the road against Middletown North. Fantastic season up to this point. Down and count 1-2. The pitch from Theo, taken upstairs and outside. Count runs even at 2-2. Halprin, the dual sport athlete. Count 2-2. The pitch called strike 3 on the inner half. Sits down Halprin. It's the first strikeout of the night for Theo.
Theo making quick work of the Rebels here. Grounds out, stop, and a strikeout here. Up comes Vetrano.
And it's tough to see after a 34-pitch inning by Jackson Vetrano where Howell ran into a lot of trouble. Theo, 2 outs on 8 pitches. Rebels, no base runners. Up steps Matt Vetrano, the 3-hitter. First pitch taken up, ball 1.
Vetrano hitting very well this season with a 500 average, 1.183 OPS. Has a 600 on base percentage.
Called strike against Vetrano. Count runs even. Vetrano going to acquire his fourth varsity letter this year as a member of the baseball team. Has been so good for them over the course of the last 3 years. Hit over 300 last season. Hit nearly 300 as a sophomore as well. Two balls and a strike to Theo, to Vetrano. Upstairs, it's 3-1. Vetrano working the count, doing good things against Theo.
Good eye here for Vetrano.
Theo, not a guy who walks a lot of batters, so it's good to see Vetrano ahead of the count, 3-1. The pitch, outside, ball 4. Rebels have some life with 2 outs in the first. And up steps the man, number 12, Ryan Tedesco. Howell, second baseman, and arguably their best hitter. Batted .319 as a junior last season. Had an OPS above as a sophomore. Such a talented hitter. The balance between average and power, Tedesco absolutely has that. But Theo has the favorable matchup, lefty on lefty. The first pitch, swing and a miss from Tedesco. He wanted it all.
Tedesco with 333 average. Earlier in the pregame, we talked about that 18-2 win against SJV where he had a home run, 5 RBIs.
Yeah, his home run was a grand slam, and it was deep, man. It was about 300 feet. Another swing and a miss, though, and he's down 0-2. And against a pitcher who's as good as Theo, you're going to need Ryan Tedesco to kind of be the role model player for the rest of the team. You don't want him swinging and missing. You want him getting on base, getting those big hits. Down and count 0-2. Pitch is taken low. Did he go? He did not. Tedesco will stay alive. It's 1-2. Umpire making sure everybody hears that he did not go. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Rebels down 2-0. Tedesco can tie it with 1 swing. We'll see if he's level. The 1-2. Chopper on the infield. Who's going to come away with it? It's the second baseman. The flip. Not in time. It's an infield base hit for Ryan Tedesco. And the Rebels cooking with 2 outs in the first.
Tedesco slided into first base there. Didn't know if the ball was coming from that second baseman. Second baseman didn't even have it in his hand yet, but good hustle from Tedesco, making sure he got that infield single.
Yeah, you don't always see those head first slides into first base, but Tedesco, not a guy who's shy from doing it. He's done it a few times in his varsity tenure, and up steps possibly the hottest batter in the Rebel lineup. Jake Liotti, the sophomore catcher, has certainly made a name for himself this season. First pitch, taken for a called strike on the inner half.
Liotti hitting 36 on the season, 1,500 OPS, and he doesn't show any sign of pulling down.
Hitting the ball so hard and so consistently is Liotti. Down the count 0-1, takes in the dirt, ball one, back pick to first, not in time. Tedesco sliding head first into first base once again. He's safe once again.
A great quality of player, Tedesco, not afraid to get dirty, slide wherever he needs to.
Yeah, I think it's the Pete Rose quote that the dirtier his jersey was at the end of the game, the better he played. And that's certainly the case for Tedesco. The 1-1 to Liotti. Taking low once again. Jake's spitting all over the breaking balls from Theo. Two balls and a strike. Sophomore catcher looking for some magic. 2 on, 2 outs, taken upstairs. Count runs to 3-1.
Liotti coming into the year looked like he was going to be in a training camp battle with AJ Magistrelli, but it turns out they've been coexisting really well. Magistrelli has taken over the DH role, and both have played immaculately.
Ball 4, Liotti draws a 2-out walk. The second 2-out walk drawn here in the first inning, and what a job by Howell after going down with 2 outs and nobody on. Tulio had just 8 pitches at that point, but now he's up to 22 pitches on the night. The Rebels have loaded the bases, done all the damage with 2 outs. Still, obviously, down 2-0. So we're going to want that big hit. It upsets AJ Magistrelli. Batted 7 for the first 4 games. Up here in the 6th spot due to his batting average being above 500. He's been on fire. The first pitch. Swinging.
Magistrelli hitting 545 with a 1643 OPS. Just amazing. He has 2 doubles and a home run this year, but he also has two times he's been hit by the pitcher. So let's see if he can work some magic in any way possible.
Yeah, it's like every time he puts the ball in play, it's going 300 feet. Down 0-1, the pitch, swing and a miss once again. The Theo exactly where he wants to be. 2 outs, 2 strikes. He's a strikeout pitcher. He's averaged over 8 strikeouts per 7 innings in his high school tenure. Ahead 0-2. The lefty offers with the bases loaded. It's a called strike 3 to end the first inning. Tulio threads the needle and works out of the bases loaded jam. Yeah. Back for the top of the second, CBA leading things. Jackson remains on the hill. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Showing bunt was the 8-hitter, Jared Matajica. Him and his twin brother, Jaden, have been a cornerstone of the CBA offense over the last 2 years. Second pitch popped high in the air. Who's got eyes on it? It's Tedesco calling the ball, settling under it, and he drops it.
It's a bright sun out here today. Probably should be wearing glasses for that one, but it's unfortunate, but they'll get back from it.
Yeah, I mean, simply it's just another bad defensive play. It's the 3rd error on the night already by the Rebels. I mean, we're in the 2nd inning. We don't have an out yet. And the defense has just simply been sloppy. First pitch for a strike against Jim Matajica.
Both the Matajica brothers have struggled to start the year, but last year they're a very dynamic duo on the base path.
Pick off by Vetrano, unsuccessful.
Both of them over at least 15 last year.
Yeah, I think it was Jaden who had 21 stolen bases last year, most on CBA by a good mark. Another pitch in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-1.
And so valuable to have a threat in the base paths, much less 2 threats on the base path on your every day.
And Jaden was a guy who played middle infield for CBA last year. Tonight he's starting in center field, and just having a player who's as dynamic like Jaden Magic is so valuable for a team. Jackson now with 2 strikes against the batter. 1-2. Vetrano looking to pick up his 3rd strikeout already on the night. Leading off from first is Jared Magic. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout. First
Yeah.
Okay. First pitch ball to the leadoff hitter, Alex Fiore. The 1-0 picked by Leotti in the dirt. They're going to have the runner caught in a pickle. Throw it back to first is wild. Another error by this infield. It allows Jared Matajica to advance to second.
Frustrations all over this Howell defense. Tedesco now 2 errors.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's the second time where Howell appeared to have a guy picked off in a pickle, and another wonky throw leads to another error. This time it's grounded to second. Tedesco fields cleanly, goes to first in time for the out. Advancing to third is Matajica.
Big confidence booster for Tedesco right off that poor error. But to get routine plays, set a routine for yourself, making sure everything feels normal again, especially early in the season like this.
Yeah, it's really good to see. I mean, a lot of high school players will beat themselves up after any type of mistake, whether it's an error, ground out, strikeout at the plate, no matter what it is. So good to see Tedesco, shake it off, field the play cleanly. First pitch fouled off, and Vetrano is ahead on 1.
Yeah, players go through highs and lows all the time, especially those lows. They sometimes can feel impossible to get out of, but determines a really good player when how quickly you can get out of those lows, get out of those ditches in the road, and keep on driving.
To the plate, the shortstop Colin Haver. Ball taken outside pitch taken outside for a ball. Haver drew a walk in his first plate appearance tonight in the top of the first. Down even, a ball and a strike with 2 outs. 190 feet from scoring for the Colts. Toronto from the line. Pitches popped up in the air. Leotti chugging over towards foul territory. Dives and makes the catch, or did he drop on the transfer? What are they going to say? They're going to say Leotti dropped it. It's a foul ball. Everybody will reset.
Can't blame him for that one. The sun was right in his eyes. He was trying to track the ball. Came up probably last second. Got his glove on it, but couldn't get the transfer down. It just popped out.
Tough play to make with the sun, chasing out to foul territory. If you're Jackson on the hill, you want those outs. You want to get out of here against this tough-nosed offense that CBA has. 2 outs, 1 and 2. Vetrano taking his time. Runner on third. Colts lead 2-0. Pitch from Vetrano, taken upstairs. It's 2 and 2. Leotti making sure the runner on third knows that he has eyes on him. Chased him back to the bag for a second.
Havitter sported a 288 average last year. 19 walks. Very good at pulling those walks, as we saw earlier.
2 and 2 for the strikeout machine. Vetrano's pitch is in the dirt, and the count runs full. Vetrano already up to 48 pitches in the second inning. I believe it's the third or fourth full count already on the night. Infield defense not doing him a whole lot of favors. Gonna have to get some outs quickly. 3 and 2. Fouled off, staying alive is Havitter.
Real heater there. That was coming up fast. Havitter just got a bat on it to foul it straight back.
And it's a good time for Havitter. Fastball fouled it straight back. It means he's on it. He's got a leveled swing. He's just a little bit under it. Jackson's going to have to find a way to counteract that. Could it be the slider? Could it be the changeup? 3 and 2, 2 outs. The pitch from Vetrano. Ground ball on the infield. Leotti charges, gloves it, flips the first in time. The Rebels are out of the inning. No damage done, but the Colts lead 2-0 heading into the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second time. CBA Colts currently leading things 2-0. Leadoff hitter for the Rebels is Jack Quinn, number 7. The left fielder has played in the outfield all 3 years that he has been on varsity. As a senior, has gotten off to a slow start, down in the 7th spot in the lineup. First pitch from Theo to the righty outfielder. Taken at the knees for a ball, 1-0.
Jack, sport athlete, wide receiver for the football team, had an amazing season, catching balls from center fielder Connor Acker. Good relationship there.
Yeah, two have a great friendship. They were a dynamic duo on the football field and make for a great defensive pair on the baseball diamond. 2-0 to Quinn. Quinn with a lot of success against CBA in his high school tenure. Chops this one to short. Alfred gloves, throws in time, and there's one away to begin the second.
Very close there. Play there at first. Good throw by the shortstop. By the shortstop, Hubbard.
Up will step Derek Liotti. The infielder played a lot of second base as a junior, made the shift over towards the hot corner third base in his senior year. First pitch upstairs, ball one. Liotti with one of the higher contact rates on the team. He doesn't strike out. He doesn't swing and miss. He constantly puts the ball in play. Unfortunately, it hasn't translated to many hits to begin the year. So that one's in there for a called strike. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Liotti 14 at bats so far in the season, batting just 143. Looking to be a spark plug. Get hot, get some offense going against the Theo. Swing and a ground ball to short. Offender once again charges, throws in time, and there's two away.
Havitter getting a lot of work there this inning. Let's see if we can if the Rebels can get one past them.
Yeah, CBA's infield defense looking a lot better than the Rebels so far. Now it's the 9-hitter, Connor Acker, up to the dish for the Rebels. Theo was probably licking his lips, looking at 7, 8, 9 due up in the inning. But Howell was able to get 3 base runners on with 2 outs in the first. Looking to repeat some of the same magic, but get a run this time. Acker down in the count 0-1 to begin. Fouled off the bat on the check swing, and Acker quickly down in the count 0-2. No, we mentioned Connor Acker's defensive capabilities earlier on, but it's been good to see him develop as a hitter. He's had some of the best swings that I've seen out of him. He had a 300-foot double at home against Rainey. Developing as a hitter, keeping up that same defensive mentality where any ball hit in the outfield, Acker wants to get it.
Yeah, Acker really having a pretty...
2 outs, 1-2. Pitch from Acker, taken for a called strike 3. The second time Tulio has struck out a batter looking to end the inning. We'll be back in about a minute for the third inning. Rebels currently trailing 2-0. For starting pitcher Jackson Vetrano, taken out after the second inning after 50 pitches. Howell probably wanting to preserve him for a game later on this week, possibly Saturday's home game at 10 a.m. But on the mound for the Rebels, it's Jack Quinn making his first appearance since his sophomore year on the mound. Quinn hadn't pitched at all as a junior. It's his first appearance so far this season. He features a fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup mix. He said he throws a splitter. I doubt Liotti will call it behind the plate tonight against such a potent offense like CBA. Quinn on the mound against the hitter Ryan Wetmore. First pitch from Quinn is some heat taken inside for ball 1.
Wetmore with the 357 average and 3 RBIs on the year. 2 doubles.
1-0, the pitch from Quinn. Taken inside for a called strike. Quinn struggled on the mound as a sophomore. Pitched 3 1/3 to an ERA over 13. It was rough for him, and he pitched against teams like CBA. He came into those kind of blowout games for some mop-up innings. Struggled against some top-tier offenses. Grounded to third. Liotti gloves. Throws not in time. It's going to be an infield single as the throw gets past first baseman Matt Petrano for a second, but Howell regathers.
Wetmore turned to second base there. Maybe there's a chance at getting it out there first. I doubt it, but you know.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about the CBA. Not to much do everything right. They're not too aggressive on the base paths. They're not too aggressive at the plate, but they can hit. They can draw walks. They get on base, and they're just a smart. The little things right and translates to wins. First pitch from Quinn is wild. It goes to the backstop. Moving up to second is Wetmore on the wild pitch.
That's evidenced by their 22-5 record last year. They had a lot of seniors leave, as every varsity team does every year, but CBA this year has a lot of good pitchers, including Theo and Iwana. So they are stocked up on talent this year again.
Speaking of Iwana, it's Danny Iwana at the plate. He takes the second pitch down low for ball 2. It's 2-0 now. Iwana batting cleanup for CBA has made a name for himself as one of the horses in their pitching staff. He's so good on the mound, but he also can swing it. 2-0 fastball count. We'll see what Quinn goes with. It's a fastball taken inside, and the count runs to 3-0.
I won more of a minor role last year on the varsity squad. 22 at bats, had a 273 average, 3 RBIs, but shouldn't say minor role because he is still a very great pitcher.
3-0, no green light given. It's a called strike for Quinn. He's back in the count.
Yeah, last year pitching, I had 32 and 2 outs pitching, and 44 strikeouts, a 1.5 ERA.
3 balls and a strike. Another fastball count. We'll see what Quinn goes with. Runner leads off from second. It's a fastball taken for a strike, and it's now full.
Go, Quinny.
I mean, there's been almost as many full counts in tonight's game as there have been base runners so far. 3-2. Quinn looking back at the runner on second. The full count pitch. Chopped foul, and he stays alive at 3-2. Foul ball almost came to us in the booth here, Sean. Or I shouldn't say booth, in the stands.
Yeah. Be a good souvenir to have my first game here.
Well, S-tier teammate Alex Bonneville collects the foul ball, runs back to the dugout. 3-2 once again. Quinn looking back, the runner on second. The full count pitch. Swung on the line, heading towards center field. It'll drop on some outfield grass. It's a base hit, and CBA will have runners on the corners here.
Acker bobbled that ball, but third base coach had already held up on the base runner at third, so no run scored here, but that could have been dangerous.
Upsets Michael Knox, 6 for 6 to begin the season. He has a hit already tonight. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Quinn in some trouble early. First offering to Knox. Swung on it, fouled off his foot. It's going to be 0-1.
That's Jack Russo.
Yeah.
What are you subbing for?
Wetmore. Oh, courtesy runner. Because Wetmore's catcher. Courtesy runner for Ryan Wetmore. It's number 34, Jack Russo on third for CBA. Quinn, the pickoff to first, almost wild. Gloved by Vetrano, though. Good first step adjustment to catch the ball. Quinn brings a ton of varsity experience with him. The tri-sport athlete offers, and it's grounded to short. Gloved by Whalen, actually kicked by Whalen. In will come a run. It's a ground ball, infield single. CBA doing some more damage, and they now lead by 3.
Kavanaugh, tough play at short there. Hard to pick up the ball, but good to keep it in the diamond, not let it go out to left field.
Yeah, I mean, the runner was going to be safe at first, most likely. Good that he kept in front of him. But now CBA, another golden opportunity to score. 2 runners on, nobody out. Up steps number 19, the first baseman, Finbar Duffy. Showing bunt. In will come the infield. Liati, Vetrano, Tedesco all approaching. Ball taken inside. Some confusion. The runner move up time. Not really sure the decision. Still, ball got away from the Rebels.
Jack Quinn came into pitch. Andrew Morton placed him in left field. Another relief pitcher.
Was it a wild pitch?
Yeah. No, it was a pass ball, maybe. Because the catcher kind of muffed it.
Did they just say foul ball? How many pitches is he from? Just
It was
the first one? Runners are told to go back. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the top of third. CBA leads things 3-0. Pitch to the dangerous Finbar Duffy. Taken well. Quinn threw a breaking ball there. Nice to see that he has some confidence with his breaking stuff with a runner in scoring position. Down and count the pitch from Quinn, taken low. Count 2-1. Quinn's going to have to look for something special. Hopefully roll a pair. Maybe get a ground ball to shortstop Waylon Kavanaugh, turn 2. Duffy loads back ahead and count 2-1. Quinn the pitch. Inside, it's going to be 3-1.
Duffy, like we said, first year on varsity, succeeding his older brother who graduated and went to Christian University. But he's already made an impact, hitting that home run in one of their latest games.
3-1 for the bases will be loaded. 4 straight base runners to begin the top of the third for CBA. Things looking a little ugly as they lead things 3-0. It was an early exit for Jackson Vetrano, and Jack Quinn yet to record an out so far. Up steps the lefty Dylan Reynolds for CBA. Playing second base tonight. He has played catcher, has played in the outfield last season, but now has shifted as their everyday second baseman. First offering from Quinn is taken on the outer edge for a called strike. Oh, 1. Quinn still searching for his first out of the year.
Quinn nodding off pitches.
Looking back the runner, the 0-1 from Quinn, taken inside, kind of looked like it hit him, but clearly it didn't. He would definitely be selling that if it did to drive in the run.
Quinn already struggling this year as a batter. Hasn't pitched since his sophomore year. Coming in such a high leverage situation.
1-1. It's another ground ball, this time to short. Waylon has some trouble with it. Bobbles flips a second. It's going to be in time. A run comes in to score for CBA, and they now lead things 4-0.
Kavanaugh bobbled that ball, but ended up getting it off quick to second baseman Tedesco for the out at second. 1 run still scores, but at least there's progress in this inning.
Right, and once again, wasn't the prettiest play by Kavanaugh, but it was unlikely that they would have turned 2. So the important thing is that they got the out at second. It was a bang-bang play, but he did exactly what he needed to do. Rebels get their first out of the inning, but CBA extends their lead. It's now 4-0. So CBA will definitely take the trade-off there. Ducks on a pond with 1 away. Up steps Jared Madajika for the Colts. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Leotti approaching at third base, now backs off. Quinn the pitch, taken low, ball one. Second pitch from Quinn, it's taken for a ball. Looked good from here, but he didn't get the call.
No ABS system introduced into high school baseball yet. Hopefully the short conference can deal with that soon, get it in here. Maybe
Yeah.
also the pitch clock, but who cares, right?
I mean, house catcher Jake Leotti would want to tap his head at that one if we had ABS here in high school. Count runs to 3-0. Quinn behind that. On the corners with one out. CBA leading things 4-0. Pitch from Quinn. Taken for a called strike. Has another shot with the count now 3-1. Quinn was playing in left field earlier, but now with him on the mound, pitcher and hitter Andrew Morin is in left field as a swing and a line drive base hit into left field. It goes straight to Andrew Morin on cue. Another run comes in for CBA, and it's now a 5-0 ball game.
CBA chirping in their dugout, making a oohing noise, ooh ah. Not that special, but okay.
Quinn having some trouble. Really needs to get ahead of the batter here, the 9-hitter. Jaden Magic to the dish. 2 on, 1 out. Howell chance at a double play. Quinn looks back at the runner. First offering, swing on a miss. Yeah, it's a tough spot for Quinn. I mean, he didn't pitch as a junior, and now his first appearance since his sophomore year is against one of the best offenses in the state in CBA. In the third inning, probably a lot sooner than he expected. Time will be called for a moment.
It's important for Jack Quinn to be stable and steady in all situations he comes across. Batting when he's down 0-2, when he's here down 3-0. It really matters to always fight in an at bat, whichever side you're on.
Count even at a bonus strike. CBA leading things 5-0. Have a pair of runners on base. 1 out. Pitch from Quinn showing bunt. It's down low for a ball. Two and 1. Howell getting behind their pitcher Jack Quinn. From the stretch, the pitch is popped up in the air on the infield. Tedesco calls mixed the catch this time, and there are 2 gone here in the top of the third.
Like we said, good routine plays for Tedesco. Try to climb back from those 2 errors earlier.
And to our point earlier about not beating himself up over the play, he took charge on the play, caught it immediately, came in, made the catch. It was clean, and he was confident. That's the important thing. Now it's the leadoff hitter for CBA, Alex Fiore, the outfielder, at the plate. Quinn's first pitch. Curveball swung on, grounded, up the middle and through. It's a base hit. In comes a run for CBA. Had the runner pick. Oh, no. Bad play by Howell once again. They could have had the batter out at second. Tedesco elected to throw home. The runner was safe. They don't get the out at second. Now it's 6-0 CBA.
Yeah, not every game is going to be pretty. This is not one of those pretty ones, but it matters how you come out every inning, every at bat, every single time you go out into the field. That mentality.
It's another RBI base hit for CBA. They now lead things 6-0. Quinn opens with a strike against Colin Hobbiter. 2 outs, count on 1. Howell has the force out at any base except for home right now. From the stretch, the pitch fouled off. 0-2 now.
That one shoots over the back fence. Hopefully no one's parked over there.
Quinn ahead in the count 0-2. 2 outs. Good opportunity to end lead thing. Quinn, the leg kick pitch is taken low in the dirt. Two outs, 2 strikes again. Quinn staring daggers into the catcher, Jake Liotti. Liotti tells him to step off the rubber, grab a quick breather. Quinn letting the arm dangle. 1-2, taking his time. The leg kick, the pitch. Popped in the air. It's going to go foul behind home plate. Watch it. Liotti gave it some chase, gave it some good hustle. Unfortunately, nothing he can do because he's not Mr. Incredible. Against Halprin, the 3rd time. Quinn looks back. Goes to the plate. Outside, it's 2-2. 35 pitches now for Quinn in this inning alone. Having a tough time against the pesky hitter, Colin Haviter.
Haviter, an important lefty for this squad, fighting in this at-bat. Walk a lot.
1-2, the pitch from Quinn. Taken inside, almost hit him. Good pick by Liotti to keep the ball in front of him and not allow the runners to advance.
Yeah. Can't afford any more mishaps in this game if Howell wants to stay in it. So Liotti taking those steps to keep the ball in front of him, protect this.
3-2, the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive on the infield. Tedesco will glove it. Does he have the out at first? It bounces, and it sails to the fence. In comes a run for CBA. Around third is Fiore. He will hold there. It's now 7-0.
Tedesco devastated on that one. That is his third error on this game. The umpire is explaining something to CBA's third base coach. Not sure what, but
ball went out of play. What CBA's coach is arguing is that he thinks Fiore, the runner on third, deserves to move up another base because the ball went out of play. Umpire saying it didn't, and that he should be held at the hot corner. Yeah, it was I believe it was a ground ball single up the infield. Would have been a tough play to make by Tedesco, but again, it's a wild throw. It allows runners to advance and score. It's another tough play. CBA now leads things 7-0.
Yeah, to play that ball off your knees, overhand. It's a very awkward position for Tedesco to be in, and just went south for him on that one.
Commotion dies down. 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch swung on, grounded hard to Tedesco. He gloves, fires to first in time. That does it for the top of the third. But CBA scratches, more runs across, and they now lead things 3-0 heading into the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, if you're just showing us the Colts off to an incredible start. They lead things 7-0. Up steps Howell's leadoff hitter, Waylon Cavanaugh, for his second at-bat on the night. 0-for-1 with a ground out to short in the bottom of the first. Cavanaugh coming into tonight's game, bat 385, an on-base percentage of 500, a slugging at 462. His OPS well above 900, sitting at 962. He's been one of Howell's best players. Kind of ridiculous to say a 962 OPS in high school is not one of your like two best players. But that shows you how great of a start that Howell's hitters have gotten off to. And you don't want to count them out. Down 7-0, it's a tough spot to be in. But they have put up more than 7 runs in 3 games so far this season. They had an 18-run outburst on the road against SJV to begin the season, game in which they won 18-2. Scored 9 runs at home against one of the better teams in the state, Rainey, at home. So the success and the formula is there. Can they put it together? We'll see. First pitch from DeTullio is a called strike against Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Kavanaugh in that game, 18-2 against SJV. He had went 1 for 4 with a double, 2-run double. Really like to see some production from him here to down DeTullio.
Count evens at a ball and a strike, and Kavanaugh, he's been very hot at the plate. After the first couple of games, I believe he was batting around 280. It's really the last 2 games that have sprung his stats so far up as he's been incredibly hot. Taken upstairs, it's 2-1. 5 hits on the season, 4 singles and a double, 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored.
Yeah, Kavanaugh, the last game, 8-1 against Middletown North, 2 for 3, the 2 RBIs, and a couple of walks, and a stolen base.
And Kavanaugh's a guy who plays with fire. It's been some sloppy defense on the infield. You know that he wants to avenge himself. Hungry for a big hit. It's 3-1. The pitch from DeTullio. Taken in the zone for a called strike. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kavanaugh will have to protect. DeTullio has cruised through 2. 3-2. Fouled off. Kavanaugh stays alive.
Just got a piece of it there, bounced off the catcher to the front.
Yeah, that was just a great job by Kavanaugh. The head was leveled. He stayed alive, extended the bat, protected the edges. It's 3-2. Another shot at the full count pitch. DeTullio kicks, steals. Kavanaugh swinging a chopper. Back to the mound. DeTullio has some trouble governing it. Throw to first. It gets past the first baseman. Finn Bart's obviously. Kavanaugh will be safe at first. Didn't make the turn towards second, so there's no mishap, no miscommunication. Kavanaugh reaches on the error.
Yeah, DeTullio tried to backhand that one. Some say pitchers are athletes too, but maybe DeTullio's not a shortstop, so he couldn't get to that one.
Yeah, he had some issue with the back pick, kicked off his glove. He had time to get Kavanaugh out at first, but obviously dropped the ball. That's from Kavanaugh, or from open up the at-bat. It's 0-1. Halprin is a guy who hunts early, loves to swing early because he knows high school pitchers a lot of time throw those first pitch strikes, those get me over strikes. Halprin not one to just leave it over the plate, as he does right there, and it's 0-2. So far on the season, coming into tonight's game, 14 at-bats. Halprin batting .429. Pitch from DeTullio, swing and a miss. He makes quick work of Halprin, sits him down on just 3 pitches. Up will set Matt Vetrano, his second plate appearance on the night. Walked in his first plate appearance in the bottom of the first. With runner on and 1 out, the first pitch taken for a called strike.
Vetrano, very good start to the season, 6 for 12 for 500 average, 1.183 OPS, 6 RBIs on the year. That is team leading.
Yeah, 600 on base percentage, 583 slugging. Not always a great sign when your slugging is below your on base percentage, but in this case, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, who cares? Like,
the 0-2 is taken in the dirt. It's 1-2. Kavanaugh on first. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him get a little hungry and steal a base. 1 for 1 in the stolen base department so far this season. 1-2. DeTilio looks back. He's going to toss over a pickoff. Kavanaugh will be safe going back to first.
Tulio knows Kavanaugh is a threat on the base path. Kavanaugh, good way to get back there instead of big lead too.
1-2. Second pickoff from Tulio comes. Howell down 7-0 right now. But this is the part of the order that you want coming up if you're Howell. They led things off with their leadoff hitter here in the third. Now it's the 3-hitter, Matt Vetrano, to the plate. The pitch, swing and a line drive over the head of the second baseman into the outfield. Scooping it up is the center fielder. Kavanaugh turns around. It's 7-0 CBA. Jack Quinn remains on the mound for the Rebels. First pitch is upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, Jack Quinn, after his first inning, about 30 pitches there, he really cooled it down in his second inning.
Popped in the air, left side, chasing back in foul territory. It's Andrew Morin who makes the catch. His first put out as a varsity player. Great play by Andrew Morin. Came off the bench to fill in left field for Jack Quinn after he hopped up on the hill. Morin makes a great play there, chugging into foul territory.
And Jack Quinn once again in good position, only 2 pitches through the first out.
Yeah, Quinn has sat the last 5 batters down. 1, 2, 3 inning in the fourth. Carry that momentum here in the fifth. One gone. Nobody on base, and Quinn opens up with a strike. Quinn's doing a lot better, man. He's pounding the zone. He's getting ahead with those first pitch fastballs, establishing that slider as we see it there. It's 0-2. Sorry, I believe that was actually a fastball.
It's okay, Theo. We forgive you.
Had some cut on it, though. That was a pretty nasty pitch. 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 from Quinn. Fouled back. Staying alive is Jared Matajica.
We know that Quinn is very experimental with his pitches. He's gotten advice before to keep it simple, but I don't know. Quinn's might want to keep experimenting.
Yeah, he might throw a Paul Skeens splinter here. Swing and a miss. Quinn collects his first strikeout since his sophomore year, and there are 2 dead here in the fifth.
Quinn is locked in, getting the last 6 outs.
Now it's the 9-hitter, Jaden Matajica, 0 for 2 0 for 2 this afternoon. It's kind of the one hitter that Howell has handled so far today. 2 outs, nobody on. 6 straight outs for Quinn. Up to 52 pitches through 2 2/3. That was a strike, right? Strike. First pitch strike to the pinch hitter, Tommy Lee, number 17. The lefty at the dish for CBA. Second pitch. It's a chuck swing grounder to third. Leotti's got it to first. Nice and easy. 7 batters retired in a row for Jack Quinn. It's back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Sends us to the bottom of the fifth with the Rebels trailing things 7-0. For the 5th time, the CBA Colts currently leading things 7-0. And for the 3rd time tonight, it's Waylon Kavanaugh to lead off for the Rebels. First pitch from DeTulio. Kavanaugh takes upstairs. It's 1-0.
Yeah, DeTulio has really commanded this game, making his way through 2 times through the lineup with no runs allowed. And
Kavanaugh fouls that one off. It's 1-1, kind of looking like a bobblehead. Kavanaugh has played in 1 game against CBA in his career. It was his sophomore season. Taken in the dirt low. It's 2-1. Rebels have been really good at working counts the last couple innings. DeTulio up to 75 pitches. Here with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. That one's in there for a strike. It's 2-2.
DeTulio has had some struggles over the past couple innings, specifically with that sack fly controversy.
There's strike 3 against Kavanaugh. DeTilio carving up the Rebels right now. That is now his 8th strikeout compared to just 2 walks so far tonight. Coming into tonight, DeTilio has pitched in 3 games against the Rebels. 3 starts in those 3 games. He has gone 18 innings, allowed just 1 run. He has been incredible against the Rebels in his career. Count, a ball and a strike to Halprin. The lefty taking his time will step off and regather.
DeTilio getting a little bit tired. Junior Will Biggie is in the pen. He has 1 inning pitched on the year, 2 earned runs, making a 14 ERA, 1 appearance.
It's another strikeout for DeTilio. Now his 9th on the night as he retires Halverson for the 2nd time on strikes. Opens up with a strike against Vetrano. Oh, 1 DeTilio working quick. The pitch to Vetrano's fouled off, and now it's 0-2. And after 2 innings where Howell was really working, he has taken charge. He's working quick, getting ahead of these hitters. 2 outs, nobody on for the 3-hitter, Matt Vetrano. 0-2 the pitch. DeTilio tried to get him to fish in the dirt, taken low. It's 1-2.
Yeah, every single time Howell thinks that they have a lead on DeTilio, trying to get him to earn some runs, he just snaps right back and gets out of the inning, whether it's help from the umps or his own strikeout ability.
1-2 swing and a miss. DeTilio strikes out the side in order to sit the Rebels down in the 5th. We head to the 6th, 7-0 CBA. Back for the 6th, if you're just joining us, the CBA Colts currently lead things 7-0 over the Howell Rebels. Jack Quinn remains on the mound. He headed onto the bump in the top of the 3rd, taken over after Jackson Vetrano. It was an early exit for the senior starting pitcher. Quinn has done good out the bullpen 3 innings, has retired the last 7 hitters. Establishing that first pitch strike. He opens up here low. It's 1-0. Leadoff hitter Alex Fiore at the plate, the right fielder for CBA. Second pitch is a strike, and now we're even at a ball and a strike.
Quinn, 6 straight batters put down in the lineup. Now he's going through CBA's top of the order, starting with Fiore here.
Down low, it's 2-1. Fiore 1 for 3 on CBA's leadoff hitter.
Number 99, but no home runs like Judge.
How are you dissing your generational player?
I'm not dissing him. I said he doesn't have any home runs like Judge. Well, he has home runs. Judge has home runs this year. 3.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't say that correctly. My bad.
3-1, it's inside, and Quinn walks the leadoff hitter.
That does end Jack Quinn's streak of batters put down, but
yeah, it's tough. I mean, he was hot, retired the last 7. That's just that bad where he beat himself. He walked a guy, and Quinn with some anger fires a fastball down low. It's 1-0. Down in the count for the 2nd time this inning. 1-0, the pitch from Quinn. Taking on the outer edge for a called strike, and we're even at a ball and a strike.
Aside from that first inning, Jack Quinn has been magnificent on the mound.
Pickoff by Quinn is unsuccessful.
I don't think it's a doubt that we see Jack Quinn on the mound again sometime this year, but maybe this success can also carry over into batting where he's struggling currently.
Deep fly ball right field on the chase. It's Halprin. Settles under it. Makes the catch. First out of the inning. Good tracking by Halprin.
The junior duo meeting over there to get that fly ball. It's Halverson that time.
Yeah, it was two dual sport athletes, Connor Acker and Connor Halprin, who also make a pair on the football gridiron for the Rebels. But yeah, two best friends. They make a great pair, make a great duo. They have great communication on the play. There's one out. First pitch is fouled off into the bleachers. It's 0-1. Quinn actually, as a sophomore, did pitch against CBA. He tossed a scoreless inning. Didn't allow a hit or a walk. It was a 1-2-3 inning, so maybe he just enjoys pitching against CBA. Fouled off ahead in the count 0-2.
Jack Quinn, interesting story. We said he's a three-sport athlete, but the reason why he joined football was because Josh Kratansky. Kratansky and him made a bet that, not a bet, but a deal that if Kratansky joined the basketball team that Quinn was already on, and Quinn joined the football team, Kratansky was already on varsity for, they would both succeed together, which they did, and now Quinn is out here pitching against CBA.
Grounded to third once again. It goes straight under the glove of Derek Liotti. Kavanaugh doing a good job backing him up. He collects the ball, fires it to third. More sloppy infield play by the Rebels. It's going to be an error on Liotti. It was an unfortunate hop. You can't put 100% of the blame on Derek Liotti. I mean, we saw all the dirt fly up, and it took a unlucky hop on him. Some call it the Howell hop.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Pinch hitting for CBA now is number 23, Joe. Wow, what a last name.
I'd say Chiyama Rucconi.
Siyama Racconi? Yeah, hopefully, maybe. Ground ball to short here. Whalen has a tough time with it, eats him up. It's going to be another error on the infield, and it loads the bases with one out here in the top of the sixth. Quinn now up to 67 pitches.
I won't say it.
Now there will be a meeting on the mound, talking strategy. Arroyo not coming out, or head coach of the Howell Rebels, Coach Arroyo not coming out, so Quinn will stay on the mound. Howell talking some strategy here. And moments like these, they're kind of more of a breather for Quinn because, you don't really have those scouting reports in high school on hitters. So it's really just an opportunity for Jack Quinn to get a breather and just tell him, hey, throw strikes, be comfortable. We're down right now. We don't want to make things worse. It's the top of the sixth. Just be you.
Yeah, every game is an opportunity to grow for every single player, no matter if you're a senior or a sophomore. It's important that you get these reps.
First pitch ball, according to the home plate umpire. It's another pinch hitter for CBA. This time it's number 21, Parker Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes, a senior. He is 1 for 7 on the season, so that's 143 average.
Fouls this one off. It evens the count.
Also has 2 walks and 3 runs this year.
Good plate discipline on Parker Hughes. He's played at third base over the course of the last 2 seasons. Still trying to establish his name in a loaded CBA offense. 1-1 from Quinn on the lower half for a called strike. Great location by Quinn to get ahead in the count. It's 1-2. Quinn's going to want him to bite here. expect a slider, expect it low, and hope for a swing and a miss. Quinn will expect the runner. The 1-2 with the base loaded, swing and a miss in the dirt. Absolutely called it. It's a slider to put him away, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the 6th.
Now the 6th hitter, Finbar Duffy.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, force out at any base. Quinn with his 2nd strikeout on the night. Finbar Duffy to the plate. He has worked some magic with the bases loaded this season. Hit a grand slam in CBA's last game against Halprin. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Quinn getting ahead of hitters once again.
Alex Fiore on third, trying to play mind games, jumping around on third. But Quinn is.
Second pitch, it's another strike. 2 outs. It's 0-2. Quinn doing a great job establishing the zone. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Force out at any base. It's 0-2. Quinn can go to any pitch, any location. Has 3 balls to work with. Looking back, the runner on third, the 0-2. Takes it low. It was another slider. Biotti doing a good job blocking it, not letting the ball pass him. Count runs to 1-2. The power hitter Duffy, 0-2 on the night. CBA leading things 7-0. Quinn looking to limit the damage. He steps off. He'll regather, get another breather.
Very wide stance for Duffy, probably where he generates most of his power.
Yeah, we've seen that wide stance with 2 strikes a lot of these out of high school hitters. Down low, it's 2-2. Another breaking ball from Quinn. Yeah, those 2-strike approaches where you want to protect the zone, want to extend your swing, get to more pitches. 2-2. 2 strikeouts all right for Quinn. The bases loaded with 2 gone. From the stretch, the pitch is down low. Count runs full at 3-2. 77th pitch on the night for Jack Quinn coming up.
2 outs, full count. All runners will be running here.
Bases loaded, 3-2. 2 outs. The payoff pitch from Quinn. Pop foul in the air behind home plate. Fielders won't even give it chase. They knew it was out of play and impossible to catch unless you can teleport.
Our cameraman evidently can. I don't know if we have thanked him, but thank you to Jared Halprin for being behind the camera.
3-2, 2 outs. Quinn looking back, the runner at third once again. 3-2 the pitch. It's ball 4. It walks in a run. Fiore sprinting to home plate, and it's 8-0 CBA.
Jack, what's good?
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sends up the lefty Dylan Reynolds. 0-3 on the night. First pitch from Quinn. Fouled off. It's 0-1. Quinn is doing a good job at establishing that first pitch strike once again. He's getting ahead of a lot of hitters. CBA getting a lot of base runners on, but it's just because they're such good hitters. Like, it's not something that Quinn is necessarily doing wrong. 2 outs, 0-1. Bases loaded. Inside, it's 1-1.
Bases loaded, but no activity in the bullpen for the Rebels. They expect Jack Quinn to stay on and go farther.
Yeah, they got a lot of faith in the senior reliever. It's 1-1. Howell has been crowding Reynolds inside so far tonight. 2 outs, the base loaded. Quinn from the stretch. Down low, it's 2-1.
Come on, Jack.
Duffy on first. The Italian with the crazy last name on second. Wetmore on third. Bases are corroded. Quinn with the pitch. It's upstairs for a ball. It's 3-1. Quinn looking to avoid the second bases loaded walk in a row. Now up to 82 pitches on the night through 3 2/3. Swing and a line drive. That's going to touch some outfield grass into for a base hit. 2 runs are in. Morin with a dart of a throw to home plate, not in time. It's a 2-run single for CBA, and it's now 10-0, and we are in Mercy Rule territory.
It appears that Kurt Lovegren is going out to the bullpen to get ready to come into the game.
Up steps the number 8 hitter, Jared Matajica for CBA. Quinn's first pitch is upstairs for a ball. 1-0 as Curtis Lovegren begins to warm in Howell's pen. Howell's going to need to stop the bleeding soon. They're down 10-0 with 2 innings to go, unless they go to extras. Pitch inside is 2-0 now. Ground ball in the infield. It leaks through the 6 hole into left field. Another hit. Bobbled for a second by Morin. In will come the run. Morin's throw to home. Not in time. Another run scores for CBA.
This has begun to become a rout of a game for CBA.
11-0. Out goes head coach Coach Arroyo. In will come Curtis Lovegren. We'll be back in about 30 to 45 seconds for the remainder of this 6th inning. For the top of the 6th, the Colts leading things 11-0 over the Rebels. 2 on, 2 outs. New pitcher for the Rebels. It is the lefty, Curtis Lovegren. Lovegren has appeared in 2 games this season. Has pitched an inning and 2/3, has allowed 1 run to the tune of a 4.2 ERA.
Yeah, Lovegren last season pitched 20 innings, had 6 earned runs for a 2.1 ERA and a 1.43 WHIP.
Popped in the air. Tedesco will give it chase. Petrano having some trouble with it, and it's going to drop foul for strike 1.
The last game against Middletown North, Curtis Lovegren came into the game with 2 outs to go, 1 man on base, and he ended it with 1 pitch, a double play, and that solidified the 8-1 win over Middletown North.
Lovegren ahead of the righty Jaden Magica. It's 0-1 with 2 outs. Lovegren trying to make some quick work, get out of the inning. Pitch. Swung on and flied out to center field. Camped under it is the always reliable Connor Acker. Makes the squeeze and the catch, and now do it for the top of the 6th. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, the Colts lead things 11-0. The Rebels got to claw their way back into this one. It's the bottom of the 6th. The Rebels currently trail things 11-0. CBA with a new pitcher on the mound. It is the righty Will Biggie. Biggie has appeared in 1 game this season. Pitched in full inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, and ERA at 14 coming into tonight's game. First pitch to Tedesco is a called strike. Tedesco 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit against the righty. Favorable matchup for the lefty slugger. Pitch on the lower half for a ball.
This game for Howell is a bit of a blowout, I could say. It's a little bit of a certainty, but there's always a chance. But it's always about getting the first run.
Tedesco with a chopper on the infield, gloving it as the shortstop flips in time. A good play, and there's 1 gone to begin the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, getting the first run, boosting your morale, team morale should be the main goal here. Always, producing offensively, defensively, improving every day.
Well, not only that, but against the divisional opponent CBA. If we look towards the A North standings, RBC is in first with a 2-0 record. CBA in second with a 2-3 record, and Howell in third with a 3-1 record. Standings are sorted based off divisional records, so that's why Howell, with the better record, is below CBA. But against a divisional opponent, you want these wins, and things are looking pretty bleak for Howell. 1-0 to Liati is down low. He's ahead 2-0. And Howell down 11-0. They got to score 2 runs this inning if they want to avoid the mercy rule and losing a lot of power points in the division.
During their spring break, CBA must have enjoyed a trip out in Southern California, playing 3 games in the San Diego area against local teams and 1 game in the Los Angeles area.
Hard line drive by Liati. It leaks through the infield into center field. It's a base hit, and the Rebels have a base runner here in the 6th. Up will step the dangerous number 6 hitter, AJ Magistrelli for the Rebels. 0 for 2 tonight, but there might not be a hotter hitter in the Rebel lineup. Mags leading the team in the OPS category, over 1,600 coming into tonight's game. Facing the mop-up reliever, Will Biggie. Rebels looking for some late-game heroics after Danny DeToyo was lifted after 5 shutout innings. First pitch outside for a ball. Mags DHing for the Rebels tonight. Expected to carry the load on offense. Takes that one down low. It's 2-0.
Magistrelli 0 for 2 tonight, but is really dangerous, can get something going.
Ground ball towards third. It's a hot shot. Bobbles off the chest. Mags will beat it out at first. Liati with the hustle. He's safe at second. The Rebels are safe everywhere. It's a ground ball base hit for Mags, and it puts 2 runners on with just 1 away in the 6th.
Go, Curtis.
And now up steps the senior pitcher, Curtis Lufgren. After replacing Jack Quinn on the mound, he will hit for him here in the bottom of the 6th. Lufgren with one at bat on the season, 1 at bat in his varsity tenure. It was a single. Currently leading the team in all offensive categories, like average on base, OPS on a technicality. Second ever varsity at bat, putting that 1,000 batting average on the line. He takes it inside for a ball. Oh, that was short. Lufgren down in the count. Pitch from Biggie. Lufgren pops it in the air. Looking towards it, it will wind up foul onto the track field. Two runners on, 1 away. Lufgren looking to give himself some support on the mound in this 11-0 ball game, looking to avoid the mercy rule. Biggie from the stretch. The pitch. Lufgren checks the swing. Did he go? He did. It's going to be strike 3. Quick work against Lufgren. The Rebels down to their final out in the 6th. Up will step Derek Liati.
500 average ain't too shabby though.
No, I think he shouldn't be too down on himself. Liati 1 for 2 tonight. Had a base hit to right in his last at bat. Pitch from Liati, swing and a miss upstairs.
I can't believe that was at school yesterday. Yeah, okay, that's how like I was smooth. The kid kicked it through the swing and I felt it.
Liati came off the bench last year to play second base after Tedisco had moved to short from second. This year, he is playing third for the first time in his career, and he has done very well today and the rest of the year. Not many complaints. The infield had its struggles today, but Liati was a good part of that.
Strike 3 called. that will do it. The CBA Colts win things by a final score of 11-0. It's a mercy rule to end things in 6. We thank you all for tuning in. I've been Theo Horton on commentary alongside Sean Ross. We hope to see you next game, possibly this Saturday at 10 a.m. on home territory once again for the Rebels. We thank you all for tuning in. Howell drops to 3-2 on the season. CBA improves to 3-3 and pad their record and their lead in the A North Division.